Don't let your kids watch it!
Yo, what's poppin', ladies and gents? It's your man's Will, and y'all already know what it is, man. Y'all saw the title of the video, so you already know you already know how we get down, man. I hope y'all are having a good morning, evening, afternoon, and night. Y'all know what it is. So excuse me. So let's talk about this, man. Like Will Smith slapping Chris Rock. And I feel mixed about this. Part of me feels that this is a publicity stunt. Part of me feels that this is fake. But there's also that other side of me that feels this may be real. And if it is real, then this is a very unfortunate situation. A very unfortunate moment for both Will and Chris, because it just hurts both of them in different ways. You know, Will hurt himself and Chris was hurt, you know, by Will, and that's if this is even real. The reason why part of me feels this is fake is because, I mean, who knew the Oscars or whatever was going on? I didn't care. I didn't see no one talking about it. I didn't give a hot damn. I didn't care. I just didn't give a fuck, okay? So part of me feels this might be a publicity stunt to get people talking about what happened about the Oscars and so on and so forth. And if, and mind you, I say if, and if this is a publicity stunt, it worked. It got everybody talking about it. It got everybody talking about it. Even my melanated ass is here. We making a video about it. You know, and the only reason I even knew about this video is because a supporter on Discord messaged me saying that, just showed me the video. You know, but if this is fake, I mean, it worked. If this is real, I got my opinions on if this is real. I wish y'all can see me doing air quotes. The Oscars is going on. Chris Rock is poking jokes at me. Even if, I'm gonna show clips. Hopefully I don't get claimed, and it's fair use anyways. Chris Rock is, I guess, hosting the Oscars. And if you don't know, Chris Rock is a stand-up comedian. Will Smith is a different type of comedian. I don't think Will has ever done stand-up comedy. I think he was more sitcom, and then, you know, he was more Hollywood. In terms of, like, he was a comedian for, like, movies. I don't think Will has ever done stand-up comedy, and I don't know if Will understands stand-up comedy, man. Chris was poking jokes at people in the crowd, and it was, like, real lighthearted. He was poking jokes at these two white individuals, and they just laughed it off. So Chris eventually goes to Will Smith and Jada. And if you don't know, Chris says to Jada Pinkett, who is Will Smith's wife, Jada Pinkett, I'm looking forward to G.I. Jane 2. I'm watching this clip. I didn't know what G.I. Jane was, you know what I'm saying? So I looked up G.I. Jane, and G.I. Jane is bald, and then Jada Pinkett's bald. I thought it was a funny little joke, lighthearted. And then turns out I did more research that Jada Pinkett apparently is dealing with alopecia, which causes balding. Yeah, he poked the joke, and Chris Rock was like, all right, you know, that was a good joke. So he tries to keep the good show going. Will Smith walks on the stage and just let's be real here, sucker punches Chris Rock. That was a blatant sucker punch. I'm upset at Will for the blatant sucker punch, because at first, Will, you was laughing at the joke. And then he probably saw the look on Jada Pinkett's face. If you couldn't tell, Jada Pinkett had a look on her face like she didn't appreciate that joke. But Will, Jada, it's a joke. Y'all, like Jada Pinkett, the first time I ever seen you in a movie, Jada, was A Low Down Dirty Shame. Shout outs to the OGs that remember that movie, bro. Jada Pinkett was funny as hell in that movie. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't as funny as Wayman, God rest his soul, but Jada Pinkett was still funny in that movie. You were funny. Jada, you used to do comedy. Like, you should understand that it's a joke. And Will, come on, Will. You the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, brother, okay? You MIB, you Wild Wild West. Come on, bro. And you should know Chris Rock is also a fellow comedian, and he poked a joke. It's not a big deal. And clearly people would have moved on from it like that. You choose to take offense to it, trying to impress your wife. I'm gonna keep it a buck. From what I've been hearing, you and Jada Pinkett is in a weird relationship, and y'all swing, or I don't know if she's swinging or you swinging. If you don't know what swinging is, basically y'all get around. Step up, step up, round and round, we Tupac. Y'all get around. You slapping Chris like that. Chris, he has to keep the show going on, but I can tell Chris, that hurt Chris, man. That hurt him. You know what I'm saying? Chris was probably thinking you gonna go on the stage and joke, man. That's why he was laughing. And this is assuming that this is real. I'm still 50-50, but I'm going off of if this is real. Man, look, that hurt, bro. You didn't have to do Chris like that. You didn't have to sucker punch him like that. He probably think you gonna get up on the stage and poke a joke with him or whatever the case may be. You get up and then you slap him and they got the nerve to say, keep my wife's name out your effing mouth.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Wow, dude.
Yes.
It was a G.I. Jane jump.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
I'm going to, okay?
Keep my wife's name out your effing mouth. Why don't your wife keep your name out of her fucking mouth, bruh? Why don't your wife, your queen, quote unquote, massive air quotes, why don't your wife keep your name, Will, out of her fucking mouth, bruh? Come on, man. And then the jacked up part is Will was laughing at the joke. He did that, I believe he did that because of Jada. It's crazy what pussy will make a dude do, bro. Like, you got an insecure woman with an insecure dude. Like, Will, that was mad insecure, bro. That was mad insecure, man. Come on, Will. You're bigger than that. You're better than that. And I do feel you owe Chris an apology because Chris was joking. I can get if Chris was constantly poking jokes at Jada, like if he was Reggie from the Nutty Professor, Reggie / Dave Chappelle from Nutty Professor, and he kept just digging jokes and just joking and hitting her and hitting her and hitting her and hitting her and hitting her. I can understand. Yeah, you pushing it. But Chris didn't do that, man. He one little joke. It was funny. One joke. He poked jokes at the two white individuals. Notice they didn't snap, to my knowledge anyways. But then he pokes a joke at Jada. And that's the thing, bro. I'm gonna be real. The only time I like Jada is in Set It Off and Set It Off, Jason's Lyric, and A Low Down Dirty Shame. Other than that, I'm not the biggest fan of Jada. I mean, and I'm not the biggest fan of her as a person. I just feel like, bro, Will, man, cut that one off, bro. Cut her off, man. Like, you doing all that for her. But that's just how I feel. I felt Will was wrong for that blatant sucker punch. Will was, he could have handled it much better. He could have, talked to Chris or maybe pulled him to the side and talked to him. Chris would have understood, but instead you slapped him. And that's if it's real. But again, once again, I feel 50-50 on it. That's how I feel. You can leave comments below letting me know how y'all feel. This is just my opinion at the end of the day. I feel that this hurt Will a lot more. This hurt him far more. Like, if he was memed before, then he's really gonna get memed now. If Will really wanted the hands, he could have just challenged Chris to a boxing match or something. You just walk up laughing and then you slap homie. And Chris, I mean, what is Chris gonna do? Like, the thing is, Chris has to keep the show going. Chris is professional, and Chris, I believe that he was genuinely hurt and maybe wanted to run the hands as well, but I mean, dude, he couldn't. You know what I'm saying? I'm proud, like, my hats off to Chris, man. Hats off to Chris. It was a joke. As a comedian myself, as someone who pokes jokes, like just people who poke jokes at me. If you say something funny about me that's not super hurtful or whatever, I'll laugh at it. I mean, come on, bro. It's a joke. It's a joke. Okay? And this is why comedy, when it comes to comedy, is like dying. Like, why go to a stand-up show or why go to a place where you know there's a stand-up comedian? I don't know if Will really understands stand-up comedy or Jada understands stand-up comedy. And I know you can say the Oscars ain't stand-up comedy, fine. But Chris Rock is still a stand-up comedian. So he's poking jokes at the crowd, everyone's laughing, but then Jada gets in her feelings because she's insecure about her alopecia. Yet you so comfortable talking ill on Will. Man, Will, if you'd have sat there and it's like he did that because of Jada. I don't know what the hell going on behind closed doors with Jada and Will, but come on, Will, like, come on, man, put your woman in check, man. You the man, okay? Screw anyone crying, misogyny, Will. And when I say Will, I'm speaking as myself because obviously my name is Will. But Will, from one Will to another, let me tell you, You should have just laughed it off, and if she'd have got mad, I'd have been like, hey. I'd have kept laughing. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you was so, you know what I'm saying? Like, just laugh at her, man. Come on, man. Don't let that dame run you, okay? Never let a dame run you, okay? I understand that's your wife and you love her, but dog, if a friend pokes a small joke at my wife, no biggie. Now, if he keeps going and going to the point to where it's like, all right, bro, she gets it, and now you just being an asshole, then I'm gonna check you. But I being a 6'2" man, I can't just walk up and slap him up. That was assault, Will. That was assault. If that was real. But then there's that other side of me that feels this is fake as well. That's all I gotta say here. That's all I gotta say. Jada, you got some nerve feeling some type of way about him poking a joke at G.I. Jane. You do look like G.I. Jane. Hell, Jada, I'd made that an idea. G.I. Jane 2. There you go. Booyah. Free money. You know what I'm talking about? But instead you want to roll your eyes. And then you didn't calm your man down, to my knowledge, or nothing like that. It took Denzel and Tyler Perry calming them down. Come on, Jada. Jada, you corny, bro. That's why I don't like you. I don't like you. I don't like you, Jada. Love you, but I don't like you. Okay? And Will, bro, listen, bro. You got kids. You got a lot of people looking up to you. You have an image, brother. Be better. Okay? Be freaking better. All right? Do not think off of emotion, as hard as it is. I know the internet was memeing you and everything. Bro, there's people on the internet making fun of my dead father, okay? Get over it. You'll be all right. With that being said, that's all I gotta say. It's your man's Will. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you dislike this video, please download Return Dislike. Go to the app. I'll put the link in the description. Download that app so you can see dislikes again. And if you dislike this video, give it a thumbs down. Just like, share, subscribe, blah blah, yada yada yada, all that, whatever that YouTubers gotta say so my video can show up in the algorithm. But that's all I gotta say, and I ain't gonna talk about this situation no more. I honestly feel that, Will, you owe Chris an apology. Now, if Chris was like poking shots at your wife before, like on some for real shit, then I mean, cool, but you still can't walk up to a man and slap him like that. Sucker punch, if you will. You a punk for that, Will. Apologize. Be a man. That's all I gotta say. It's your man's Will, and I'm out. God bless.